Whenever you're ready, Pat, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. It's Friday, so you know. Hey, offensive line wise, what are the differences between a Kirk Shiraka offense and what you guys have been used to the last couple of years?
I would say it's mostly in the expectation. He asks a lot out of us, especially the offensive line. He has high expectations for us, and he expects us to be able to drive the offense. And he just wants perfection. He wants details we focused on, and he wants perfection at all times.
Do you guys have enough time to hit the ground running, considering this offense is new and you really haven't had a chance until recently to actually get out on the field and execute it?
To be honest, it doesn't matter if we have enough time or not, because it's what we have to do anyway.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Pat. Reminder, if you use that raise your hand function, we can get to you and get you unmuted to be able to ask questions. Ryan Parsons.
Hey, Mike, what's it been like trying to further establish a relationship with the rest of the O-line when a lot of things have been virtual over the summer?
It's definitely been hard. We haven't been able to gather as a group as much. We've only done it a few times, and like you said, all of our meetings have all been on Zoom and virtual, so we haven't really had any in-person time together. But for right now, most of it's just coming on the practice field, and to be honest, that's where a lot of it comes from anyway. So,
do you expect there to be any sort of rust at the beginning of the season, maybe in the first couple plays, or do you kind of hope to hit the ground running?
The expectation is that first snap I play, I'm absolutely ready to go.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan.
That's about what
Hi, Dustin. Let me get you unmuted.
All right. Hey, Mike. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I've been making my way around to some of your position mates and just kind of asking what makes this year's offensive line kind of the group to go from a group that's gotten better and better to maybe a group that is in position now to be more dominant than it's been?
I'd say first off, it starts with our depth this year more than any other year. Just looking at the unit when I'm out on the practice field is it just looks different than what it has been in the past in terms of how many guys we got that are able to go out there and perform and get the job done.
Feel free to ask a follow-up if you want, Dustin.
Okay. And then what role does Coach Troutwine, role has he played to kind of, I don't know if it's changing the culture, changing the attitude, or changing your technique? What's different from a coaching standpoint that has helped you kind of get better, I guess?
The technique part is a big part of it. He definitely knows what he's talking about. Guys are getting better every single day. You could see it across the board. The improvement that everyone in the unit has been making over the past few weeks, and he's the sole reason for that.
Anything else, Dustin? You good?
I'm good. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. We'll go to Johnny Collins. Let me unmute you.
Thanks, Mike. What is the big difference with Coach Trout? What from Coach Matt? What do you what is the technique kind of that's making you better?
I'm not going to really discuss specific technique details here, but a lot of it's the buy-in from us and just the consistency from him in what he's teaching us and how he's teaching it and how he's trying to drill it into our heads basically.
Did you want to ask a follow-up, Donnie, or are you good?
I'm good for right now.
Perfect. We'll move over to Bob. Let me unmute you.
Hey, Mike, thanks for your time. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, Mike, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about your versatility. I know that in addition to being a guard, I know that I think have trained and practiced at center. To learn two positions and play them at a high level, how much of a challenge was that for you, and how much does it continue to be a challenge? And do you think in the long run that's just going to make you a better player, maybe not only now but in the future?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's been too much of a challenge because it's been something that I've been doing since the day I got here. I was told before I was going to come in here that I was going to come here to be a center. And then the day I got here, I've been working guards since then, and I've been doing center along with it. So it's been something that I've been doing for 4 years now, and it's kind of come to the point where I don't really see myself as a guard or a center. I kind of just consider it both of them. I consider myself a starter at both of those positions at this point, and that's how I approach my preparation for it.
Feel free to ask a follow-up, Bob, if you wanted to.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Perfect. Donnie, did you have anything else? I just wanted to make sure I don't miss anybody here.
Yeah, I'm good. Mike, this is as deep a group as you guys have had in a while, experience-wise. How big a factor is that to know the guy next to you on the offensive line and to be comfortable with who that is?
That's probably the biggest factor to offensive line play, is playing as a unit, being comfortable with who you're next to, having a connection to whoever you're playing with, because you have 5 guys that have to play as one every single snap. So it's very, very important to have guys that know each other. I know I can trust the guy next to me, and I know that he trusts me next to him. So the reliability is very, very important on the offensive line, probably the most important aspect to offensive line play, I'd say.
What is Mike Mannett's been there for forever, it seems like, and he's not just a leader for you guys, but for the whole team. Just the kind of player he is and the kind of leader he is. What does he mean to you? This offensive line goes as Mike Bennett goes. That's how I'll put it. I don't think I really need to say much more than that. But I mean, he's a fantastic leader for us. He's always pushing us in the right direction, and he knows how to prepare better than any of us. And that's one of the biggest ways that he's helped rub off on me and a lot of the other younger guys is his preparation is unmatched, and it's something that a lot of us try and replicate. How's Anthony Wiggin come along since last year?
Great, way better than he was this time last year. Physically, mentally, he's understanding the offense better than he ever has. Come along great.
How critical is that first year as an offensive lineman in this system to kind of just not have to go in there and play and just kind of sit back and watch and how much do you learn in that 1 year?
Getting here is definitely a learning process. Jumping from where he was playing to this kind of level, for any of us, there's going to be a big learning curve. But I mean, he's taken it as well as anybody could have.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm good. Thanks, Mike.
No problem.
Thanks, Bonnie.